bad for a 3-iron, guys, but how many of you have this club in your bag? A 3-iron, a little bit dirty off there. And how many of you are comfortable with it? How many of you want to keep it, or how many of you want to look for a different option? Hi guys, I'm Chris and welcome back to Get Good at Golf. And today we're going to be comparing this 3-iron, the new P770, with a 7-wood. So last week you'll have seen James.
Is it just any 7-wood?
It's not just any 7-wood, but we'll get there. So James last week tested this 3-iron against a hybrid, and we could see that James was surprised that he was actually hitting the 3-iron better than a hybrid. James has used hybrids before, but he certainly struggled with that being consistent. A lot of people think, right, I'm a high handicapper, I'm getting into golf, I need to have a hybrid because that's easier to hit than a 3-iron. Not always the case. You might be better off with a 3-iron depending on the way that you hit into the golf ball. So if you hit more down into the golf ball like we mentioned, a 3-iron might be better for you than a hybrid. If you're a little bit more shallower, a hybrid or the elusive 7-wood could be the club for you. So I'm going to do the same test as James last week. We're going to hit 5 shots with each club, and we're going to start to look at the averages. So that's what we want to do. When we're testing for a new club, we want to get the average. We want to see if we do get some off-centre strikes, how much distance are we going to lose? Because as we know, for all golfers, including myself and James more so than anyone, we don't always hit the centre of the face. And James certainly didn't with that hybrid, although neither did I. So, first up, so with a crack of the elbow in the backswing, that was a good strike, launched nice, ball speed 137. But what we can do here with the TrackMan range is convert, because we can see that it is extremely cold today, so it's countering for normal conditions, normal weather, not -1, and a range ball, comparing it to a Pro V1. You'll see the difference. So if you do come and use the TrackMan range, guys, you'll see that carried 185 actual. If we convert that to a premium golf ball, 143 ball speed, 207 carry, stopping at 217. So that's a shot where you could hit that into the green. It's coming down, the peak height is 99 feet, so it's going to come in with a landing angle, and you can see that stops within 10 yards. So if you're hitting that into a long par 4 or into a par 5, it's a great club and a great landing angle, but is it better than the 7-wood?
Oh, that must have hurt your fingers.
That did hurt my fingers. So that was a low one. It's gone very straight, but not a great strike. So we didn't have one of those last week. Again, you can see that half the ball was on the face there.
Yeah, not a lot, mate, to be fair.
Not a lot. But a missed strike, what have I lost? Again, I've only lost 8 yards carry, and it still ran out a little bit further because of obviously the trajectory there. So a missed strike there. I've not lost a great deal. We saw with the hybrid last week, we both had a couple of very bad strikes, and they were landing at around about 180, so we were losing a lot more distance from the off-centered strikes, which is interesting because everybody, or a lot of people, would tell you to go out and get a hybrid instead of this 3-iron. Again, a better strike, a little fade there.
All I saw was hosel there.
Me too, to be honest, with that with you there. So let's see what that one's got. 208 gone, 222. So you can see the peak height slightly changed there. The first one was at 99, that carried 207. That's dropped down to 87. So I'm going to switch now to the 7-wood. I'm going to start to see, is it any difference? Will I get more distance? Again, loft-wise, guys, this is the elusive 7 Heaven. It has to be on there. It's the Holy Grail club. It is a classic.
It is a classic.
So comment below who's got one of these. But 21.5 degrees, guys. This 3-iron is at 20 degrees. So again, a little bit more loft on the 7-wood, but the shaft's a little bit longer. So again, when you're thinking about distances, it's not always a case of, right, if I've got a 3-iron, I need a 3-iron hybrid. The loft could be different, the shaft length could be different, so that's going to have an effect on your total carriage, your total distance, because it's going to change how much club head speed you will have with those clubs. The longer the club, as we know, we should, famous last words, we should have more speed depending on how you're swinging. So let's have a go there. Hopefully James is going to move, although he does know I'm a wizard with this club.
This is probably the best club in your bag, in fairness.
So let's see. Straight away, nice and easy. A little bit low on the face, so again that's a good test. A little bit of a draw. A nice draw actually.
Look at that ball flight, 219.
219, so 220 carat, again stopping within 10 yards, so a great club, but a little bit launching a little bit higher because it has got that little bit more loft, so 100, nearly 110 feet. So coming into a green again, this is a great club that you could have. And down at the golf ball, guys, which is a big thing, which James will talk about, would that give you more confidence when I eventually get that golf ball out? Would seeing something that big with that kind of loft on fill you with confidence instead of standing over that long iron or even a utility iron that's a little bit less forgiving, doesn't look as friendly and doesn't get you confident. Again, another solid strike from the elusive club.
Solid strike. Look at that
7
ball
wood.
flight as well.
So very consistent. 220, gone 230, 118 peak height there.
The big thing for me is that stopped within 9 yards, which for a club that's going 2-2-1 in the air is quite remarkable, Chris.
Yeah, and that's not feeling like I'm even trying to hit it. And that's the thing. A lot of people get the long irons, get a hybrid. They think, well, this is due to go a long way. I need to give it some because it looks quite intimidating down the ball. This doesn't feel like that. It feels like we can swing it. It feels like you're just treating it like a 3 wood or a 5 wood, which you know will get the distance, and we don't have to hit it. It was ever so slightly bottom, but we still get the launch, which is a good thing here. If we misstrike it, we're still getting launch. We're still getting a good peak height, so we're getting it nice and usable. So 214, gone 223, and that was with a pull strike. So you can certainly see, guys, it's a club that you need to think about because it gives us that versatility. Can we then hit it a little bit down? Can I knock one down? Yes, I can. We can just change that ball position. It's much easier with a 7 wood to manipulate the height of the shot by changing ball position. If we try and manipulate getting the ball a little bit higher with a 3 iron, we often see people get a little bit behind it, they miss-hit it, they drop kick it, and they don't get the distance. If I try and knock one down now, a little bit back in the stance.
How far back would you recommend people go with this, Chris?
Again, we can go just back of centre. I'm not having loads of forward shaft lean. I'm just going to then make a nice turn and try and get that to launch low. So ball flight there, nice little draw, a pretty good strike. Let's have a look at that peak height. So 208 yards, so we lost around about 6 yards from the last one, but 82. So I've changed the flight of the ball there by 30 feet, which is going to, again, in winter conditions, if you're playing links golf, if you've still got this in the bag, you're still going to be able to use it. So it's nice and versatile. If you need to knock it down, if you need to take a little bit of distance out, you can do that. And on Get Good at Golf, we're going to show you how to hit those kinds of shots, help you improve, but also give you ideas of which clubs are potentially going to help you lower your scores and enjoy your golf a little bit more.
Because who else wants to lower their scores using one of these, Chris, just off the top of our heads?
Off the top of our heads, we've got DJ, we've got Victor Hovland, we've got Tyrrell Hatton, we've got Matt Fitzpatrick. Any more, James?
There's loads.
There's loads. So guys, it's becoming a club that's coming back a lot more. We're seeing less hybrids, we're seeing more 7 woods as an alternative to potentially a long iron, but depending on your angle of attack, guys, it's going to be different for every person. Please go and test them out, compare them, get some numbers. If you're near a TrackMan range, you can come and test that. And here's a trivia question: if anyone can name who has got a 9 wood in the bag, James will send you
A smile.
a smile. Guys, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again at the same time tomorrow.